very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor presented by the Barstool News Network for one more week. This is episode number 590, Monday, December 28th, 2020. We got a full house. I'm Will. We got Pat, Mark, and Wes. Boys, how was the Christmas break? Everybody have a good one?
Indulgent.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I overdosed on ham and cherry pie.
You're looking good, Pat. You look happy to be here.
I am
wide awake.
I've been awake for 12 hours. I don't know what you're talking about.
How was your break? You were with Kate, right?
I was with Kate. It was a great break.
Nice.
I'm happy to be here. I'm wide awake. I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
You had a little bit of a sleepy look on your face.
Well, a little bit of a scowl on.
I don't have a scowl. That's just you projecting on me.
He's giving me shit when I first joined the stream. What happened?
Yeah,
It's 7 o'clock West.
You sent a text that was very aggressive.
No, it wasn't.
Well, absolutely was. Your text
How?
was,
What did he say?
be ready to record by 7.
Oh, I was saying I'll be ready by 7. Not
Or else.
not all you fucks. Not all you motherfuckers
you
be
missed the
ready
last
to go.
Part. It said or else, and then it had
Yeah.
like a
You
fist.
should have said "I'll." It was very much
Oh.
like, "Oh, Wes has a hard out. I better get prepped for Wes's hard out."
You
That's
really
what
think I would send a text message to all you guys, including Mark and Will, being like, "Be ready at 7."
Wes is ready to go.
I don't need
Yeah.
that shit coming back at me.
hard out Wes.
There's
Hard
a
out
new
West,
sheriff in
definitely.
town.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was like, "Damn,
Wes,
Wes definitely scheduled a date that he
Yeah.
is
I
trying
gotta
to get to."
it's
Date
a
with the
new
rest of my
year,
pie.
It's a new Wes.
Right. It's almost 2021.
well-
Wes is just laying down the law in 2021.
Did anyone do anything fun? I just watched like a shitload of movies.
Oh, did you watch Wonder
Ate a
Woman?
shitload-
I mean, come on.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
let's
people
move
watch it.
on from that. Yeah.
Oh,
I'll tell you what I did.
Soul was good.
I got it. So it was okay. Good, not great. I got a big ass bucket of ping pong balls because when we moved into this house, we thought we were going to have a ping pong table, but when it got here, it was a little rotten, so we had to throw it away. The wood had rotten. So I just have these balls. They just sit around for nothing. So I got the chipper out. I got my
That's
wedge
fun.
out,
That's good.
and I was doing a little chipping in the backyard. That was fun.
I saw
Nice.
Kate was hitting him pretty good there.
You know, quite a bit of a slice. Honestly.
Wiffle chipping is always fun. Do you
I
guys
think
do
I put-
Zoom
Yes.
Christmases?
Lots of Zoom, lots of
Yeah.
phone calls because we were, my wife and I were home. We didn't travel. There's families in Northern Virginia. There's families in Philadelphia and Florida. That's a bit away from Austin, Texas. So a lot of Zooming for sure.
Yeah, Zoom Christmas. New thing.
I just
like it.
I
I'm ready to go
binged
back to
Ozark.
regular.
That was all I did. I sat on my ass with my girlfriend and I. That's all we did was eat and binge Ozark. It was
Have you
fantastic.
not seen it?
I'd watched the first season like hammered, so I didn't really remember it. But so we went through all 3 seasons. It was.
And you were like season 2. You were like, "What a snooze fest! I'm going to ditch the show." And then season 3 came back, and you're like, "I shouldn't have ditched the show. This
So
really,
good.
really made a full
exactly
turnaround."
Yeah.
Season 3, very good.
I watched all 8 Fast and Furiouses yesterday.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, the Barstool Fund going huge, 7.5 million raised and counting at the time of taping. So get in on that if you want to help small businesses doing big things at the Barstool Fund. Leeds and Arsenal both won. Big news. The NFL, it all comes down to the Washington football team versus the Eagles next Sunday.
Bro, Heineken is my guy. You better believe I ordered a Heineken jersey immediately.
You're wearing an Alex Smith right now,
No,
which you
stop
rush
it.
delivered to yourself,
Stop it.
obviously.
What's up? Is Alex Smith
my
coming
Smith
back?
jersey got here just in time for him to not start. Yeah, hopefully, but like we don't know. He strained his left leg, right? The leg
could
that
be
had,
anything,
all
yeah.
the injuries. And week 1, they're like, "Oh, it's a strain." Week
His
2, they're like,
bionic leg.
I don't know, it's a strain. Now it's just like,
Yeah,
how
his
much
strain-
more life does this guy's leg have left? in it?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
His strain's different than someone else's calf strain. So definitely,
So it's all backups.
Yeah.
All backup QBs, Eagles versus
it's going to be an ugly
Washington
game. But we got a
football
lot
team
to
next.
talk about today. Do you want to get into the stories?
Yeah, let's do it. You're up first.
All right. So we return to you after the break with what I know is everyone's favorite reoccurring segment on the podcast, a large COVID update. I can't tell you how many messages we get saying, guys, more COVID. And if you could darken it up a bit, really lay the doom and gloom on us. That's probably the most requested thing. So, hey, ask and you shall receive. Okay. Look, I guess the COVID-19 variant has made its way to other countries. I know Wes talked about that last week about it being in the UK.
Spreader.
Right, the mutation that's easier to spread. Japan claims they have the variant now, and because of that, they are banning foreign nationals from entering Japan from today until the end of January as of now. So no one can come into Japan. The variant or mutation was first found in the UK, and US officials are now requiring negative COVID-19 tests before letting anyone from Britain into the US. And Dr. Fauci said the variant strain is something to follow very carefully, and we're looking at it very intensely now. I don't think anyone fucking knows exactly what's going on with the variant other than it's making it easier to pass COVID person to person. I think there's some science behind it with like two proteins. But anyways, they haven't proved it makes you sicker, and they think the Pfizer vaccine and others like Moderna and whatever else is coming through the pipeline can still zap the fuck out of the variant. At least that's what they're saying, and they haven't lied to us yet about COVID, so good enough for me, right?
Right? They never have, especially not Fauci. Ever, not a single time.
They can crush the variant because the way that the vaccine works is it creates the spikes, right? So it's not the actual drug, it's not the actual disease. It's the part of the disease is the spikes, I guess, that clings onto your. I don't know really exactly what I'm talking about, but it's not exactly like the disease itself. It's like the way the disease spreads.
How it spreads.
Yeah,
I heard
It's more transmissible.
And the acid. Well,
No, but I'm saying
the
the
variant's more
vaccine's really
transmissible, but the vaccine. So according to Ugur Sahin, who's the chairman of BioNTech, which is the company that like basically created the vaccine with Pfizer. They did like the actual vaccine part of it, I think. That he said the new variant has 9 mutations, but as the vaccine contains more than 1,270 amino acids and only 9 have changed, it means that 99% of the protein is still the same. And being in the 99th percentile my whole life, that's pretty good. So, take that.
not in all categories, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, not in the dick size or sports,
Yeah.
but
Not in
IQ.
Fingers in vaginas.
No.
First.
Not in first out of the friend group to have sex. No. Anyways, fun way to start off the week, right, guys? The variant
I saw that Canada might have some cases of it too.
It's going to be
all over
everywhere.
the place. It's all over the place.
Also, Mark, it's not your fault with this COVID stuff because you almost became the COVID czar. People forget that. And then also I saw a study that said that this was the biggest news story since World War II. Most covered. Yeah. I
almost tweeted out, and I will sometime this week. I went and found the receipts of me calling out the World Health Organization in January of 2020 to declare it a global emergency and then a pandemic before they did. So I'll put those up. I found all those receipts. Anyways, the variant is all up in Europe.
That's why you should have been the COVID czar.
I know. I was all over it. Now I'm just kind of sick of it. The variant's all up in Europe. It's spreading. It was in Japan. It's in Europe. And that's one of the reasons they're pushing hard and fast for vaccinations in Europe. The vaccine has been delivered to all EU countries, the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said on Twitter on Saturday. And the Commission declared December 27th, 28th, and 29th EU vaccination days. So there you go. Get a vaccination shot and then go grab yourself a hot chocolate. It's kind of like an I voted sticker type thing. Here's something fun that totally
make people trust it more. Making like vaccination days,
Yeah.
that'll really get people to line up. They're just hey, let's make it more more mandatory.
There's something that's way more mandatory coming up. Here's something fun though before we get to that totally makes everything all better. German pilot and total kook Sammy Kramer flew in the pattern of a syringe in a planned flight because he had his flight path opened up, and then he posted the path he created to his Instagram. If you could take a look at it.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah,
really clean. Yeah,
pretty good. So just awesome from Kramer there, doing his part by flying his personal plane in the pattern of a syringe for 2 hours. So,
take that, Banksy.
Yeah, exactly. Problem solved. We got the syringe guy. Speaking of planes, we might need vaccination passports in 2021. This news on the heels of the deadliest month in the U.S., with over 65,000 Americans losing their lives from corona in the past 28 days, which is almost double the deaths from November. So that's not good. Right? Worst month by a lot. And if you listen to those experts who always tell us the truth, they're saying January looks nightmarish and it's going to be worse. So anyways, back to the travel.
Masks wouldn't help at the beginning, and then they told us to wear them 2 months later.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you find out later and stuff. But anyways, back to vaccine travel passports. Several technology companies like the Common Trust Network have begun developing apps and partnering with airline companies and other big companies. And the apps they're developing are to show proof that your individual profile can show you tested negative or positive for coronavirus, and also that you have gotten a vaccine. So the thought there being airlines will probably start packing flights to the gills if they ever stopped, filling up those middle seats, but only with people that have gotten the vaccine. And they're calling it a digital yellow card, as the paper document commonly issued as proof of vaccine is yellow. So it's not like committing a foul or talking shit in soccer. It's to get on a plane with your digital yellow card because you got a vaccine. So
Holy shit.
woof.
Well,
That's
huge news for the band Yellow Card from the.
That's true. That's
There's
true.
going to be just a spike in Googles that accidentally land on them.
That's absolutely true.
Conspiracy theorists who will never leave their house are very up in arms about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is horrible. It's gonna be bad. Anyway, shout out listener in front of the program, Thomas, who called this happening about 6 or 7 months ago in a voicemail he left. So 512-270-1480 if you want to leave a voicemail. And I'm almost done here, guys. Let's end on something good. I'm about to tell you something any bodybuilder worth a lick of salt could have told you. And it's that breast milk makes you a fucking machine and is a potential prevention treatment to COVID-19 and pretty much everything. So,
Duh.
Duh.
Yeah, Pat,
look at these arms.
You were chipping with Kate, but I tagged you guys in this over the weekend because we were both about to have our hands on some breast milk in the upcoming months, and it turns out it prevents COVID. So,
aka liquid gold. A study is being funded by the National Institutes for Health, and they've found that 95% of the breast milk samples researchers have studied so far have COVID-19 specific antibodies. It's similar to how antibodies are found in the plasma of COVID-19 patients, and that plasma is being used to treat COVID-19 cases now in some hospitals. So what they're doing is they're collecting breast milk samples from around the world. And to that I say, hey, Will and Pat, you guys are sitting pretty. You have direct access to breast milk, and you can use that on yourselves to prevent COVID. Your babies are sure as shit going to be safe, obviously. And maybe most importantly, you could sell that milk for a premium.
I kept trying to break the seal this weekend. I don't know when it's supposed to come, but I was just I was doing everything I could.
Don't worry.
You're like
Don't
a
worry,
gerbil.
bro.
You're
It's
like a
coming.
hamster on a
Well,
water
you
bottle.
take the top off a ketchup, and then it's got that other seal on it.
Yeah.
That foil.
Well, let us know when that happens, because we sell that.
It's coming, Pat. Don't worry.
And I mean, that's it. Look, don't worry, guys. Keep washing your hands and wearing a mask. And with these vaccines, we'll all be taking sex pilgrimages with our digital yellow cards to Stromboli and Filicudi, the two islands in Sicily's Aeolian archipelago, right, Wes? Archipelago, that are destinations for not only for their beautiful beaches, but they're in the news because they're locations that encourage you to be virile, and they want you to have the sex. And here we have a quick travel ad to show you, how to get in the right mindset to book a trip next summer. Bubba, if you can play the clip, please.
Hi, my name is Wes. I'm just a normal guy. I'm 36 and single for a little while now. I host a podcast with my friends, and that's not my only job. I like seafood, jet skis, beers, and sand. Recently, I learned about Sex Island. That'd be nice. I think I did great there. I've never been on a real vacation, and I've always wanted to. And I feel like there's a lot of women that I could relate to on this vacation. And also, all the meals are included. If you send me on this trip, I'll be forever grateful. Let's give it a shot.
All right, we're good, Bubba. Thank you.
We didn't raise a single dollar for that GoFundMe.
I don't think so.
Not a single donor, but that was pre-Hardo Hive. That was October 2018, I think. And Wes was single, important.
Yes.
But I think the Hardo Hive would come through a little more if any of us were single and wanted to go to Sex Island.
Pat, and Will, word of advice: when that breast milk does start flowing, make sure she's got a pump with her at all times. Otherwise, you might find yourself in like the women's bathroom of an arcade, sucking the milk out of titties because she's about to burst. Just
there you go. But you're also definitely going to be so safe from COVID if that's the case.
My girl loves arcades. Guys, some of you may have missed it because it took place on Christmas morning, but an RV exploded hard in downtown Nashville outside the AT&T facility, and all signs are pointing to a crazy old man who wanted to do damage but not necessarily kill people. The bomb exploded, destroying a city block in Nashville, doing similar structure damage to the OKC bombing, knocking out the AT&T service to much of Nashville. However, luckily, only one person was killed, and that was 63-year-old techie and former RV owner Anthony Warner, the bomber himself.
Former RV owner.
That's a pretty big explosion to take yourself out with. What, couldn't he have toned it down a bit?
Well, okay, so that was the thing. Like, when the explosion first happened, people were like, "Is this an accident?" But then, if you know anything about RVs, the max that you're carrying that could explode is like a propane tank. So, but this was like, this like torched a block
Well,
essentially.
and it was like so well orchestrated.
Yeah.
Too. It was
Accident. He was
It was
playing a
too
message.
much. It
He
was
was
too
playing a
much.
message over
It was
the
the most
loudspeaker.
flamboyant suicide of all time.
Yes,
Yeah.
assholes. We know that now. But what I was talking back when it first happened, everyone was like, "Was this an accident?"
Yeah, people
Right.
were really like thinking it wasn't the whole time. From like when I heard that there was the countdown, I was like, "It has to be a suicide, right?" Like,
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, you got to think it happened on
Exactly.
Christmas morning, right? So a lot of times when those type of days, like the Boston Marathon and stuff, special days sometimes are singled out.
but it was like telling everybody to declare the
Yeah,
area.
this guy did
and
not want to
everything.
kill anyone. That's probably why he went Christmas morning.
Except himself.
For
yeah,
himself. He was always the target. Yeah.
Yeah.
guys, before the bomb exploded, the RV played a recording for about 15 minutes of an automated voice saying to evacuate the area, and then the explosion would occur in 15 minutes. Bubba, can you play this clip? Would you mind, real quick?
If you can hear this message, evacuate now.
Right, that high pitched noise at the end was the bomb actually exploding. The last 3 minutes before the blast featured the 1964 Petula Clark song "Downtown," so you could tell the guy had a sense of humor.
Is that the Mary Tyler Moore song?
No, it's just a song called I don't think. Yeah, it wasn't featured Mary Tyler Moore.
That's
Oh.
dark.
Yeah, but Pat didn't. I was watching the news and they're saying that he might not have wanted to kill civilians, but he might have been targeting police because there was calls of like shots fired to get a bunch of police down there before the bomb. Is that?
It's possible. Some people reported hearing what sounded like automatic gunfire. But if you ask me, it's pretty clear that this guy didn't want to kill anyone. He wanted to.
I
do
mean, this guy's no
specific damage.
hero.
I mean, no, not saying that he's a hero. No one's
He
saying that.
took out a bunch of buildings. He took out AT&T, and to
Millions of damage.
to
yeah.
Wes's
Yeah.
point, like if you get this notification that there's a bomb 15 minutes away, a bomb squad might be down there. Like this
There
guy definitely
there was,
went
yeah.
way too far with the amount of explosives. he
Guys, I'm not saying he's a fucking hero. What I'm saying is,
used. What is your
intention-
problem?
And why do you
Calm
like
down.
this guy so
His
much, Pat?
intention
Jesus.
was not to kill people. It was to do
Okay.
something else.
Okay, the Grinch, we get it.
I'm not the Grinch. You guys are just
What?
jumping all wrong directions with the story.
Oh,
What do
we're
you
jumping
think-
wrong directions in our interpretation of a guy that blew up an entire city block. Okay,
What do you think his intention
that's the wrong
was,
direction
though,
again.
Pat?
I think that, okay, I'm going to get to it, guys. I'm going to fucking get to it. I'm trying to foreshadow it, you dumb assholes. Guys,
Okay.
3 people were injured in the blast, which sucks. But things would have been way worse if it wasn't for quick work by the police who got everyone out of there. So the question is, why? Well, we knew that he knew what he was doing, right? Because he informed his IT clients that he would no longer be working with them. And that was back in November and December, early December. And then in November, he signed a quit claim deed transferring his home to a woman in Los Angeles. So he was getting prepped for this. Neighbors said that he had installed security lights and cameras outside of his home, and then he would do, quote, a lot of yard work where a tall antenna is prominent on the side of his house. Here's the X factor, gentlemen. When a realtor who Warner had done IT work with contacted the FBI because he saw the FBI essentially put a call out and said, if anyone knows this guy, please get in touch with us. A realtor who had hired this guy to do IT stuff on his homes contacted the FBI, and he confirmed that the FBI asked him whether or not Warner had paranoia about 5G technology.
uh-oh.
So that I think that's what happened. I think
Because
that
he took out AT&T stuff, right?
I
Like
think
was
that he
targeting-
thought that
yeah.
he was doing a good thing, probably. Well, and like details are going to emerge.
Oh,
You're not gonna tell me that the guy who blew up a city block's insane.
No,
gonna be a
yeah,
manifesto.
absolutely.
Yeah.
insane.
I was
He's not.
asking. Manifesto was my first question. I wanted
Oh,
to
yeah.
know what.
No. I don't think
He's
it's
got one.
terrorism like that. I think he was trying to liberate. I think he was trying to liberate from the 5G mind control technology.
Right,
did
but
it on Christmas
I'm
morning
sure he has a
saying,
doc.
quote,
He
But
has,
he's trying to
written,
wake you up too.
he's written a
probably.
manifesto talking shit
Right.
about 5G.
We will see. We will
Yeah.
see. But it, yeah. So AT&T service was just out for a while. So yeah, look, the guy's a total piece of shit. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is he's paranoid and crazy, and he thinks that 5G is taking over the world and doing mind control and spreading COVID. So he probably marks himself some sort of hero.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
you know,
He's a
pre-
total hero
pre the
in his
explosion.
mind.
Yeah.
He
The three
saves the
people
day
that
in
got
his
injured.
mind.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the
Yikes.
injured people feel the same way.
No,
No.
Yeah,
But
that's
you can
crazy.
tell he had a sense of humor with the downtown.
Yeah, it's a good thing that he made it like a big effort to like move people away from his bomb. That's
Again, but
basically
I don't
that.
want to go that direction. Mark's right. I don't want to like give the guy
Let's
a
not
hand job.
let's not glorify him at all. How about that?
We're not.
Nothing he did was good.
But what does he know that we don't know? You know what I mean?
Nothing. He's dead.
Yeah.
Well, you got to read his manifesto to find out.
Right. Hopefully it'll come
We
out.
need
doesn't know
to
shit.
update on this.
He's spreading it in paper form.
You know, come to think of it, the bomb could have been a lot bigger, guys.
I don't think it could have, Wes. I think it was about as big as it could have been within his fucking RV.
We create a new segment, the opposite of soft corner, and award this guy
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying,
hard corner.
when it comes out that the 5G technology is mind control devices, this guy's a fucking hero.
Fuck this guy. I'm glad he's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
He's an idiot.
All right, guys, got a quote for you. We've taken back control of our laws and our destiny from January 1. We are outside the customs union and outside the single market. British laws will be made solely by the British Parliament, were interpreted by UK judges sitting in the UK courts, and the jurisdiction of the European Court of Justice will come to an end. That, my friends, is the Prime Minister of the UK, Boris motherfucking Johnson. After finally, in the 11th hour on Christmas Eve, of course, because that's how Boris does things, securing a deal with the EU, there will not be a no-deal Brexit. Thank God.
Rephrase that.
There will not be a
No-deal
no-deal
Brexit.
Brexit.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
It's
there
the
is a
British
Brexit.
way of saying they
Right.
have a deal with
There's
They
a
have a
deal.
deal.
There's a deal Brexit.
There's a deal, and they're leaving. And
They're going to Brexit.
Yes.
yes,
with a deal.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think it means it with a deal. I think it's a
yeah, with the deal.
Yeah, with a deal.
It's
Okay.
not.
There will
It's,
be
there
no
will be
no
there will
deal.
not be a no-deal
not
Brexit.
deal.
Not deal. No.
They're going to Brexit with a deal. Anyway, CNN laid out some nice key points from the deal. 0 tariffs and quotas on goods. The end of free movement. So UK citizens will no longer have the right to just gallivant around the EU without, willy-nilly. So to work, live, study, or start a business in the EU and vice versa. People from other European countries can't do that in the UK now. Border checks will apply between the UK and EU member states. No hard border on the island of Ireland between the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. Remember that was a
That's
big
huge,
deal.
right?
The backstop, yeah, the backstop was one of the big things that they wanted to, that was holding up the UK Parliament at least.
So pretty much everyone, it's Brexit for everyone but Ireland. Ireland's still in. They're under the
Northern
umbrella.
Ireland.
Yeah, looks like
But
that.
Northern Ireland was always going to be in, but Ireland is in.
You'd have to
Yeah,
think,
the other little piece.
you have to think in the short term the EU's pretty pumped about this since the variants smack dab in the UK. They're like, yeah, why don't you stay there for a while?
Well, wait till I get to my next story. The UK is just not doing good with diseases. So the UK will be able to further develop British fishing activities for at least 5.5 years. That was a big one. So Boris is saying that the UK will take control of the fishing. Remember last time I covered it, that was like kind of what was stopping this whole deal to begin with.
Yeah.
The fishing waters. It looks like there's
Wasn't
going to be
it just a confusion? I saw something like it was like they were using 2 different forms of data, and that was like the whole problem.
I'm not sure. It says in the notes or the final stats, UK fleets will take 25% of the current EU catch in British waters, and then phased out in 5 years. So I guess
apparently
over 5
there was
years.
like a big like back and forth between the British fisheries and like the EU fisheries, and it was like but it was like a misunderstanding, is what.
I wonder if that catch
Not
is
sure.
going to be paid out in dollars or fish. I hope fish.
I hope fish too.
Barrels.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, 75 for you
They're
and
just
25% for us.
Sliding a bunch of slimy fish over to the side.
That's
That's not 25%.
Fish are ours.
Other stuff. Let's see. There no cooperation between the UK and EU law enforcement agencies. The UK loses membership in Europol and Eurojust. I guess there's just some law enforcement, like team shit. I'm not really sure. They'll have a shared commitment to protecting the environment, fight against climate change and carbon pricing. No tariffs on agriculture. The lack of levies, especially important for this fishing and agricultural sector. Some meat and dairy products would have faced a huge 40%, tax under the old terms.
You're really getting into the weeds here, Wes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
None of this matters. It's mainly
I know.
just the travel in and out, right?
What are you
Like,
doing?
Right.
You woke up late. You just copied and pasted the list from CNN.
You're
Yeah, he's just-
absolutely right.
He's reading just the entire list. We don't
I
care.
woke up. Yep, you're absolutely
We're
right.
gonna have 40% wheat. They're gonna take 25%.
He's going crop by crop.
soybeans. Pork bellies are gonna be huge next
yeah,
year.
I knew I should have left that. I knew I should have left that one out.
We don't care.
I left that one in. Okay, well, so bottom line is that it's happening, and the UK is not going to suffer this huge economic collapse like many people were saying was going to happen, because there will be a deal, and the tariffs is the big thing, right?
As long as COVID doesn't kill their economy like everybody else's. I
It's
mean,
a
yeah,
no,
well,
they'll have a
no
deal at
new
least.
deal. No deal. Brexit.
So now the vote must occur, first reviewed and approved by all the EU member states, then the EU Parliament, then the UK Parliament. So hopefully it won't get stuck in the UK Parliament again.
Yeah, didn't some guy who hates Boris like kill the last one? Or like
lots of people who hate Boris killed the last one.
yeah. So we'll see.
Electric
Hopefully.
You want me to go over the
No, we're good.
the tariffs on cherries and
Yeah, you got some extra stats.
no, I don't.
Oh, okay. All right, let's take it back over to this side of the pond. We're going to talk about the American
Almost got away
federal
with it.
government. What's that?
I almost got away with it.
What, sleeping in?
Wes knows our listener base. And he doesn't want to hear about the ag specifics of the no deal, yes deal Brexit.
Wes saw that chart. He couldn't believe his dumb luck. This
yeah.
is 6 minutes of content.
Oh, this is perfect.
All right, back over to America. Let's get out of Britain for now. We're talking about the federal government. I got a triple update here on the federal government. First up, right after we hung up recording last week for the week, President Trump made it clear that he didn't support the new COVID stimulus package in its original form. Released a 4-minute video just complaining about the bill, basically, and said, increase the payments to the people, get rid of the pork. He wanted $2,000 checks per person instead of the $600 checks. And he pointed out, like we did on the last show, why is there all these foreign countries that are getting more money than like the American people in the bill? It doesn't make much sense. Well, it's because the COVID relief bill was quote unquote coupled with stopgap government funding through September 2021. So basically, both parties lobbied the shit out of Trump to reverse course and stop complaining and criticizing their bill because the government would shut down on Tuesday if he didn't sign it because they've already run out of their original budget. They need this to continue on, I guess. So that's what the stopgap funding is. And then also the COVID relief on top. And they're saying $600 is all they can do for the checks. And so as of Sunday night, Trump did sign the COVID relief bill. That was the breaking news, at least, according to the internet as at the time of recording. So congrats to the federal government, kicking and screaming 9 months, and you agreed to the same exact bill you agreed to 7 months ago. So congrats to everybody. Trump acted like he was trying to get a better deal, but in the end, I guess just went through with the original. Okay. So nothing really happened. A lot of dramatics.
So $600.
$600 coming your way.
There it
And
is.
essentially, these were all the bullshit, right? The foreign government stuff was
They
absorbed
say
by
it's
this
part of
bill?
that stopgap funding, like the $90 billion to maintain FBI buildings and all that crap.
It wasn't just
Like-
a COVID relief bill. It was a COVID
Right.
relief bill plus their
Plus
other spending.
funding because that's, I guess, now. Well, I think what's good about this is it's getting people to actually look at what's in these bills, because Congress probably shouldn't be doing shit this way, but then they do, and then they don't expect to have to answer any fucking questions from anybody, including the president or the American people. So it's good that people are looking under the hood of their shitty work. You shouldn't be passing 6,000 page bills with 30 minutes to read them. That's
Yeah, and you
up.
also shouldn't
Yeah.
say it's $1 trillion COVID relief bill when it's not.
it's not.
It's like a $400 billion COVID relief bill and a $600 billion federal budget for all this other shit. So like maybe tell the whole story. Don't make us dig through the whole.
Stop bullshitting the people
Yeah.
just to make them think it's only a good things for them.
But I still, See, okay, I get that, and I get like the Smithsonian or Kennedy Center money, whatever infrastructure money there was, but I still don't fucking get the foreign government shit. I still don't understand it. I still
Pat,
don't.
it's their spending in general. Like they were
No,
going
I-
to do. They were going to do. They always do this for. They do this like every year or whatever. Like they added all sorts of things for science and for foreign governments. They just wanted to get it all done
Yeah,
in one
because
bill.
Congress acts like every single funding bill is its personal fucking piggy bank, and it's a
Right.
problem. And it's a good thing people are looking at it.
And they were a little bit deceitful, and they always were going to
a
couple
little
the
bit.
bills.
Always are.
But they're a little bit
100%
deceitful by
All
saying
politicians usually.
the title cut off at COVID relief bill. It wasn't plus all of our other spending on all these other areas.
They knew how
right?
many characters they had.
Yeah, well,
Exactly.
it's
They're out of
signed
it.
in
Congress
anyways.
slept in.
Yeah, it's signed in anyways.
Copy paste job there.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what it was. I mean, they all signed it on no notice. 6,000 pages. Just all right. Yes. Next, an update from the incoming Biden team. He's made most of his cabinet selections at this point, and none so far represent the progressive wing of the party, which Bernard Sanders takes some issue with. This is what he says. What I have said many times is the progressive movement itself is probably 35-40% of the Democratic coalition. And I believe that the progressive movement deserves seats in the cabinet. That has not happened yet. Yeah, no shit, Bernie. He's not going to do it either. Progressives.
They
may not
don't want
like-
Bernie anywhere near them.
No. He's not going to like this move either. Joe Biden has selected one of the Ricchetti brothers, who's lobbyists, Steve and Jeff. He selected Steve as a top aide within the White House.
I don't know anything about these guys, but they sound slimy.
Well, yeah. Here, the other Ricchetti bro.
They sound delicious.
Jeff.
It sounds like a pasta.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they do sound fun. But so Steve is in the White House.
For
and they're-
some reason, when you have that last name and then you work with your brother, it makes your skin crawl. I
No,
don't know
I'm
what
Steve
it is.
Ricchetti.
Yeah, no, that's my brother Joe Ricchetti. We work together. Ricchetti's on their own, not bad. Ricchetti's together.
Ricchetti's
We're the
plural.
Ricchetti brothers.
So Steve Ricchetti is in the White House. Jeff Ricchetti, all of a sudden, he's now lobbying for Amazon Web Services. So the brothers, and they used to have a combined lobby firm. Progressives didn't want lobbyists in general in the White House. Now
does?
he's got
They're
a
the worst
direct
part of our
line to Amazon
government.
straight in. So Joe Biden, by the way, campaigned on making Amazon pay their fair share of taxes. This direct line should help that, right, guys? That usually is how that works. When you got a lobbyist on the team, that works like that, right?
The Ricchettis will handle it.
Yeah, Ricchetti's got this under control. Lastly, in the Fed corner, documents filed in Manhattan federal court Thursday have the Girl Scouts alleging that the BSA, so Boy Scouts of America's marketing materials of its services for girls, was extraordinarily and highly damaging to Girl Scouts, adding that it ignited an explosion of confusion in reference to the BSA allowing girls to join since 2019. So the BSA, we talked about this a little bit, I think. Girls can join the Boy Scouts now. And so ever since that happened,
They're gonna rebrand.
this is literally their rebranding. Now anybody
But
can
like
be
the
a
name,
scout.
Are
Yeah.
they gonna-
Scout.
You guys see
Scouts
the-
of America.
YouTube.com.
The Day Scouts.
To see the Scout Masters. They're looking good. The ladies. Anybody can be a scout. But it's called a BSA Scout now, Mark. It's not a Boy Scout. It's a BSA Scout.
Why don't you just get rid of the B if you're gonna rebrand? Like,
Because
what,
the company's the same name, I guess.
what if someone asks what the B stands for?
Hmm.
It's boy.
Binary. Scouts of America.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's just the way it goes now in 2020. Anyways, they've had to return 250 registration fees to confused girls who wanted to sign up for the Girl Scouts. But the BSA organization says 250 people is nothing compared to the 120,000 plus women that are currently active in the Boy Scouts since they started accepting them in 2019. So actually a shitload of girls in
That
the
is
Boy
a lot.
Scouts now. That's
Well,
it in the Fed corner.
Whatever they can do to change is good, since the whole thousands and thousands and thousands of assaults.
It's only
Yeah.
up from where they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah, I'm
change
sure-
is good change for the BSA.
Yeah, I'm sure introducing a bunch of young girls won't increase the assaults.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Just going to get a different type of scout leader in there.
Yeah. Okay. Moving
As you
on.
saw, there's female scout leaders now, so hopefully that's helping the issues here.
Yeah, hopefully. Let's
Yeah,
move
that-
on.
And that
Huh?
variant's no big deal either. Yeah.
Let's get on some better news. You guys ever had a gonorrhea?
I don't think so.
No,
If so, it wasn't treated.
Right. Me either.
Very, very possible.
So it ran its course.
Yeah, no, my gonorrhea was pretty old. It died.
Yeah, it's one of the oldest STIs in the world. Gonorrhea, this is just the definition here. Gonorrhea is an infection caused by a sexually transmitted bacterium. It infects both males and females. Most often affects the urethra, rectum, or throat. I'm going to spare you guys the photos I found online. In females,
Those are some pretty important places.
yeah, it'll get you where it counts. So in females, it also affects the cervix. It's most commonly spread during sex, oral,
That's
or
the
anal.
wall that you bottom out
Vaginal.
on, guys.
Huh?
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, I was just telling the guys what the cervix was.
Oh, yeah.
Bragging about hitting the cervix all the time, bro. I'm pounding that seawall.
Not the cervix.
Looks like we've run out of room.
Straight into a brick wall.
Oh, did I hit it again? Whoops.
Well, we knew that was going to happen.
Lord. So anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna spare the YouTube viewers. You should be listening on the iTunes anyway. The pictures, but it's gross. And apparently it's thanks to COVID. Is this there's a new super strain of gonorrhea. It's spreading like wildfire, and it all started in our hometown of our football club, Leeds, England.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Super gonorrhea started in Leeds.
yeah, that's what the first case was
no.
apparently. Said so from this article by Jamie Micklethwaite, the WHO medics warned that this STI may become even more resistant to antibiotics as an overuse of them during the pandemic is fueling its mutation. So people are going in for COVID, they're getting a bunch of antibiotics they don't necessarily need, and the gonorrhea is becoming immune to.
You're gonna have to burn it off now.
Right.
But that means that there's just a lot of people rolling with just like stagnant cases of gonorrhea.
Yeah, lots of that. Well, also it's like
People fuck in the UK, Will.
they do.
Cranberry juice sales are through the roof.
That's right.
It's also there's
just
just
flamethrowers.
Yeah, and just because of Corona, there's less people to treat these STIs, so people are like, "I'm not going to the hospital. We'll just wait it out."
I think the average age for losing virginity in the UK is like 11.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's
like
very low.
5
to like a 40-year-old chick.
So it's
Yeah,
all
that's
fun
like
and games till you get
With
super
gonorrhea.
Yeah.
So anyway, untreated gonorrhea can lead to a 5 times increase of HIV transmission and eye infections that may lead to blindness. 90 million cases of gonorrhea worldwide, and the number is growing by 17%. So it's out of control. The CDC reports infections have increased by 63% since 2014. Up to 5 million people in the U.S. could get this gonorrhea in the next 10 years. The UK, as we just mentioned, has the highest gonorrhea rate in Europe. 420,000 new cases by 2030. So again, this is all because of the COVID and people getting antibiotics that they don't need, which is making it immune. So it's not good. Here's some symptoms to be on the lookout for.
more stats and symptoms.
So here's another
Here
list.
comes a copy paste. What do we got here?
I got a great copy paste
What do we got
that
here?
I found from the article by Jamie
Just
Micklethwaite.
tell them which website to go to.
It's the Sun article. Just search super gonorrhea and you'll find all this. In men, an unusual discharge from the tip of
You
the
got this
penis.
medical shit from a tabloid.
Yeah. The Sun. In men, an unusual discharge from the tip of the penis, which may be thin or watery or green or yellow in color. Bubby, you want to throw out the picture I sent you of just what the super gonorrhea looks like?
Oh no.
No, this is just a cool photo. That's the like
okay.
yeah.
The
Bro,
actual
it looks-
virus.
It looks
like-
bad, huh?
It's hairy testicles.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like the awesome eyes of like
Yeah.
a sick, cool, psychedelic cartoon character.
Yeah. You don't want that thing swimming in your blood.
Yeah, Donnie.
Yeah. Pain or you're
Gonorrhea
burning.
looks way cooler than it is. Like
Yeah.
if you were to show the pictures of the dicks that have it, that's probably a lot worse. than the
I'll tell you, the throats are the
Or
ones
the
that look the
throats,
worst.
yeah.
The throats
Throat
look worse
gonorrhea
than the
sounds
dicks.
bad. Yeah.
Throats look worse than the dicks.
We got to move through this, guys.
Okay, we're done. If you're peeing and it burns, don't let it just stick around for a while. Go get it fixed.
Take
If
it
you're
seriously.
peeing and it's yellow, then you gotta let it mellow.
Super gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea.
Mm.
I don't know.
All right, let's take it over to one last story. A guy that he's probably at least had a few STD tests, I'd imagine. But it's an update on our bodybuilding bro from Kazakhstan who married a sex doll, Yuri Tolochko. So Yuri Tolochko, you remember him. See him there. He is with his wife. His wife happens to be a sex doll named Margot. And you can see he's very muscular. She's a sex doll. So probably pretty fragile.
Go back to that picture. Did he rip her elbows off?
Well, she's missing
her
some
shoulder?
skin in one of those two pictures.
no.
I don't know if that was an early model of Margot or
He's
what's
grabbing
going
her
on.
by the elbows. Like, get over here.
Yeah, but Yuri, you guys remember Yuri because we covered his wedding ceremony that he posted on Instagram and it went viral. Very serious ceremony with Margot. Unfortunately, since the ceremony, she's broken. And so here's some quotes from Yuri. He says, "She is broken. Now she is being repaired. She is in another city. When she recovers, it will be good. It will be a gift for both of us." So for him and the doll, it will be a gift once she's recovered. Here's some more of Yuri's thoughts on the relationship. "In general, I began to be jealous of Margot. Many men would like to imagine the same. After the wedding, I decided to show her less to people. I forbade her from Instagram. I did this a long time ago. Maybe I'm being too selfish, but that's the beauty of Margot, that I can do this to her and she won't mind."
Because she doesn't have a mind.
Yeah.
This is exactly what he would do to a human woman.
Right.
Yeah. It's pretty troubling. You're not sure what he means by this. I can do this to her and she won't mind. But that's probably what caused the repairs. So no word on exactly what caused
his anger. His pure rage and anger.
Yep.
Oh man, it's weeks until there's an activist for people for things like Margot.
You think there's gonna be activists for
think
sex
so?
dolls?
Someone's gonna stand up for her.
Well, I totally think that the town should reconsider and realize that Margot is like a therapy thing for him, that otherwise it's going to be actual Margot.
Yeah.
Your daughters.
Margot down the street. Yeah, Margot,
who-
your daughter.
Who are else
Yeah,
gonna change
an
their
RV.
name to Margot?
Yeah,
his
once he
request.
gets some hand on him, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever floats your boat, as long as it's not violent, I guess, right? Yeah. So, mental health, big thing, and after this COVID year. But yeah, I agree, Mark. Hopefully he gets Margot back soon.
Today.
He has till January 7th, because that's actually the Kazakh Christmas. So Kazakh Christmas is on January 7th, not December 25th. So it's good news. Yuri Tolochko could get Margot back by then.
He needs a backup. This is what he needs.
They do.
He needs a couple backups.
He needs a couple
He needs a few
backups.
backups, yeah.
And someone needs to get him the fucking doll before
Yeah.
January 7th.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the wedding ceremony with the backup. That's gonna be awesome. When it's him carrying two dolls down the aisle, like he's taking Margot.
Cat
with him.
fight. Oh.
He converts to Mormonism.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fantastic. All right,
Like-
and that's gonna do it for Hard Factor today, Pat. Unless you look like you're eyeing something down up there.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. That's going to do it for us today. Great to be back doing the pod with everybody on this Monday after a holiday week. It's kind of probably going slow. Hopefully it goes by quickly. But we'll be back again tomorrow. And every day after that, we will be continuing to do Hard Factor. We're on Barstool News Network this week, but we're going to be moving on to our new platform next week, but the show goes on every single day, Monday through Friday. We'll be letting you know about new store and new, additional podcast opportunities outside of the Monday through Friday show coming up really soon, but we'll be announcing all that in the new year. So most importantly,
We've
Have a
also
great-
secured multiple sponsors thanks to you. But yeah, go
that's
ahead.
right. That's right. Things are going strong. Not only will they keep going, they're going to be going really well in 2021. So we're all excited about, to take it off, get it even bigger. So thank you to you in the Heart O Hive, and have a great fucking day.